All right, everybody, let's go ahead and get going. All right, so we have a bunch of questions to answer today. Looks like some of them are going to be debugging questions and some just sort of generic scheduling questions, which is fine. And let's reset, look there. And then we'll take a look at calendar just to make sure, and make sure you guys understand how soon everything is winding down. We have due date like a week away for full credit for the performance task, which is also supposed to be the last day for seniors, but whatever that means. So let's take a look here.
Don't forget to turn down music.
Let's go with that. And there we go. Let's get a little bit of this going. All right. So Friday is going to be the full credit. Oops, that's not how things work. Full credit due date. And which is fine because, like I said, last day for seniors, and the uploads are due to the College Board, which, if you're not sure how that works, you need to watch one of the videos, which is linked on the main. No, that's not what I want. I want this. You need to upload your stuff to the digital portfolio, which I had a second ago. There we go. And it should explain the videos that are linked on the main, or the Google Classroom. This has all the submission guidelines, and you should see something that looks like, why can't I move that over? I don't want to show everybody's name and stuff. So you should have 5 boxes. This is if you're taking the AP test. You will have the place to submit the create task and the place to submit the explore task, but that adds up to 5 documents: the video, the written response for the create task, the code print for the create task, then the written response for the explore task, and the computational artifact. And so this person has submitted and finalized. Remember, you submit and it will be a draft, and then it takes you through like 10 are you sure double check buttons or questions, because I mean, I suppose technically nothing is undoable, or nothing is not undoable. Everything has, but it is a hassle, if at all possible, that to undo things once you hit submit. I definitely have had students that submitted their like create task written response to their explore task written response, and I don't know how that ended up. I suppose they got it done. I didn't hear about it, but that's between you and the College Board. Really, anything that okay, so this is what it would look like. Make sure you know what you're submitting. Make sure everything is PDF except for the video. Obviously, it's not going to be PDF. There's no PDF video. And make sure your name isn't anywhere in the file or in the, like on the code print. I've seen some people, and it's fine, putting their name in, commenting out like at the top of their code. Make sure that's out of there, and just sort of generic file names will be fine, like create task written response, and as long as you upload it to your account, it should be fine. So let's see, how do we need that, we need this, but it always switches back to that. And we didn't get any more letters like we did last time, but if you do have a personal letter, you can send it and we'll read it. But these are just sort of our generic questions from the form, and let's try to answer. So hope all is well, thank you. Can I have the roll call? It is I don't know how you would join the College Board class at this point. I suppose you might be able to, but I don't know how you would be able to, like if you haven't paid, seminar, exam changes. Okay, how do we get a join class, join code? Mr. Drusi, do you remember how to find the join code? I have no idea whether or not it's too late, but
I'm sure we gave it out at some point. We gave that. Was that the first marking period?
Yeah, we did. Let's.
I can go. Let me check my archived class.
Okay.
Please hold.
Yep. Oh, I got it. It is.
On hold.
This is. I don't think this is giving any information away. This is the join code for the AP College Board class. If you're taking the exam, remember the exam is just submitting the digital portfolio.
What is it? Y46XZ7, right?
It is.
Okay, yep. That's one I gave up.
So
In September.
Yeah, I don't know if you can even join if you haven't already paid, but there it is. That is the join code.
You want to copy paste that onto the form there? I don't know if you did that or not.
Yes. I don't want to open up to. Where is it? I have like 15 tabs open right now. Or 15
What is it? I'll
windows
just
with
type
multiple
it in.
tabs.
What is it? Y?
It's that. Nope. It is Y.
Okay, it's in there. We're good.
Oh. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it was
I'm
on the side.
getting your money's worth out of me today.
Thank you. Okay, could you please explain what we're doing because I'm really lost? Okay. Hopefully that's not a trolling question, but here we are. There are two performance tasks, the create task and the explore task. They each are graded based on a rubric, an 8-row or 8-line rubric, each of which is worth 1 point. If you are as lost as your question indicates, then you're probably not taking the exam, or the what's it called? The AP exam. But regardless, everybody needs to submit the projects are also the grade for the class, and you will see that the actual assignments where you hand stuff in, and this is new as of a few minutes ago. And all of the places where you are actually submit your projects is your original Google Classroom. And you can see here, this is where you are going to submit them. This is the create task, which has 3 documents: the video, the written response, and the code print. And the explore task has 2 documents. You are going to submit them both, submit all 3 documents to this assignment, or all 3 files. Does a video count as a document? I think so. And well, all 3 files here for the create task and 2 files here for the explore task. And if that's not enough to get you started, like I don't even know where to take it, but we made specific walkthrough videos for the 2 projects, the explore task and the create task. We also made we also made what's going to happen if I go to my own page on my own page? Strange. A 6-part example of the design process where we made an app live on stream. Well, now it's recorded. Is that really the video quality? Or maybe my screen is all blown out. Should be able to read this. Yeah, that's readable. So that's the create task where you make your own app, and the explore task where you, I don't know, just read through the stuff. I feel like we started talking about this forever ago, so hopefully this isn't your current state of understanding. And let's go back here. That looks like it. And let's close this just because. And we'll close that and don't need that. And okay. So yeah. Okay. For my game, multiple things not working. Okay, so some debugging stuff, and we'll get to that. Okay. Is it more broad? Topic for explore tests. I would say talk for this one, automatic speech recognition versus the specific product. I would choose automatic speech recognition as the technology, or the it's not computational artifact, computing innovation. The innovation is automatic speech recognition. Alexa is just the product that does it. And remember, you're focusing on the data that it uses and how it collects, converts, and transforms, uses the data. Otherwise, it wouldn't qualify for a computing innovation. And so there's that. Question 2C. Oh yeah, this was an email from before. The gist of the question is, and I did just respond if you are watching. The question is about how ridiculous the criteria is for the create task, where you need an algorithm that uses 2 other algorithms, even if your app is awesome and it works and does it, is world changing and goes viral. If it doesn't have an algorithm that uses 2 other algorithms, it won't get credit for the that criteria. And if you do have an awesome app that doesn't have it, you need to go back and figure a place to, force one in there. You just have to get the points. That's fine. And as far as what's intended, we went over the algorithm stuff a few different places in the create task. Let's put this up here. The create task streams, we talked about algorithms. I'm guessing it's probably about the end of this one, because I think we only did abstraction here. Yes, your abstractions will sort of be algorithms also. It is what it is. I don't know. We can unlock 15, 16, 17, but here's the deal. You really just need to focus on the 2 performance tasks. They are enough, even if you have zeros for the 3 assignments that have been graded so far, the 15, 16, 17 from Unit 5, you still need, you can't pass the class without doing the 2 performance tasks, and you can pass the class by only doing the 2 performance tasks. I think. Actually, don't hold that to me. But you do have to do. Don't hold me to that. You do have to do. You can't pass the class without doing the 2 performance tasks for sure. I accidentally. Oh, geez. I accidentally did a final submission of my written response for the create task into the program code submission area. I would contact the college board. This is the thing I just said. It happens. I wouldn't go further. Like, worst case scenario is submitting your program code to the written response where they would just be switched. But I wouldn't go further without contacting them and asking questions. There has to be some sort of contact, email or form or something like that. This can't. I mean, it happened last year. It's happened before, and there's no way this is the only student to ever have done that. Okay, so unless more questions come up, we're just going to work on some debugging stuff.
There's a question in chat right now.
Yeah, the algorithms are part of the function. The key or part of a function. Everything's going to be inside of a function. If it's not inside of a function, it runs as soon as the program starts. It's not controllable. But yeah, the algorithm is the math and logic. The if this is not equal to that and it's not equal to this, or the if else, and yeah. So like the blue blocks and the orange blocks, that's algorithm stuff. Okay, so let's take a look at this. For my game, multiple things are not working. First, the code chooses random words. First, the code that I'm guessing chooses random words is not working. And the other thing that is not working is that when I guess the word correctly, or when I guess the word incorrectly, the code is not taken to the win-lose. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I like what we have so far. This is impressive. That looked like it went to, well, maybe I should actually, Z.
Pizza!
Thank you. You're clever. Yeah, I guess if I was thinking about it, it might have been it. You win. That looks like it works. Let's see if it is. See, that's the thing is, if somebody has fixed it since the question, which was 2 days ago, it would be fixed. That link goes to this project regardless. Let's see. Yes, it does seem to not be choosing a word at random. Maybe it is. It did seem to choose what was the first one? Beggar or something like that.
Might have been burger. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. I'll see. G. This is very impressive so far. Okay, so you're trying to, let's take a look under the hood and see. Wow. Okay, food names, game start, var num, random num, name.length. Maybe this should be food names. Do we run game start? Wow, this is pretty code. It's all organized. Word check, that's pretty cool. There's probably a way to do this without, like, this is remixing without, this isn't going to break your code, obviously. You could have it say on event screen on event. What is the name of it? Do we have more than one screen? Game screen on event game screen. Game name. It's called game screen. Click run word check with. No, maybe that's not. That might be harder if you're checking on event. Yeah, this is for only the. Well, first of all, you already have this part done. If you could do it where you would check anytime it checked on the screen, check what the coordinates are, and then you'd compare the coordinates to a list of buttons. Yeah, that's not easier. Never mind. But there is a way to do it more succinctly than on event screen, run word check with God, I'm very close to it. I can't think of, but whatever, this works. Let's start button, run game start over, play again, restart game, start. Okay, so the issue here, the reason why you're not getting a new a random word each time is because you're doing name, food name, star equals, food names.length, because name is just quote, name.length is 0, so let's see what happens. Is this pizza? Yeah, okay, so we got pizza first this time. And this time it's probably taco. And this time, yeah, because you're creating a number to find a random thing in here, and you were choosing a random number between 1 and food names. And really, this should be between 0, because it's our index. This is index 0. You were getting burger every time because you were choosing between 1 and name.length is 0, and that didn't make sense, or well, whatever. It was always coming up with num was always coming up as 0, so it was always picking the 0th. That's not how people say it, I don't think. The first the item in this array at index 0. And so now we get a random thing, and it does look like everything else works well. So they figured that out. And give me a second here. Okay, good job. I just want to see who that was. And okay, so I think I have Puppy Picker app, but for some reason it's still not working. It keeps only showing the number 8. Okay, I think this was the one, and I was thinking about it since then. Trying to figure out how to turn a oh wow, how to turn a wow, how to turn. We set this up before, I think, as a binary setup, which I do want to look further into. Remix, create task. I think it was this one. Was this the one? No, it is this one, but we made it pretty far with, maybe it's the second one, with creating a, yes, creating a binary string where we made get text. Oh yeah, this was, I'll be honest, pretty clever. Creating variables that were either 0 or 1 and then concatenating them into a string of zeros and ones that we could convert to, theoretically, oh yeah, we didn't finish that out, but it was coming out to a string of 3 zeros and ones, which put us in, which would give us a number 0 through 7, and we could convert that into decimal and have the decimal be the, well, yeah, we wouldn't even need to because we had that. But all right, so that's answering not the question. This appears to be the question. All right, so its question was, it's not working. All right, so we're apparently adding things together. Yeah, okay, so question 2, update, blue, red, well, that's weird. Well, update question number, oh wait, those are strings. Oh, okay, so you need, if you want to set a text, you need to actually put in the ID. Oh no, you already, I wonder if you, because when you bring out, let's just call this IDD, and I wonder if you can actually do this, because when you bring out these library calls, these event handler things, it comes out with ID, so I don't think it will let you use that as a sort of the parameter variable thing. I honestly have no idea what that just did, but let's see what happens. No, we're still getting 8. Okay, but I still do like this. Update question, where are we calling this? Question 3 update. Question 2 update. Oh man. You can see that, wow, change screen design. This is getting a little complicated. What are we calling change screen design? Change results. Is this change results? Perhaps this is in the middle of being worked on. Change results. So this change screen design that has 8 parameters, that means that when you call this function, wherever you call it, like here, if this was it, you would need to pass through 8 parameters, which doesn't really make sense. You could make them variables from the very beginning. And so the only reason to have parameters is if you want this function to be useful with different information, which is kind of what's going on here. First of all, we have functions that aren't called. Okay, let's just work through this, see what's going on. Change question label is 1. Okay, set screen, which you don't even need set screen if you just go to, nope, not import screen, intro screen. If you just make default, that will take care of that. I mean, whatever, same thing. Start button is clicked, set screen, question 1 screen. Next button is clicked, set screen. Update question number. Question 2 update blue. What does that mean? Question 2 update blue. Are you... Okay, so these are all separate screens. I think that is the question. Oh yeah, we got rid of the decisions. Question 1 screen. Yeah, I think this is question 1 update. Yeah, you don't need to change the color. You just make it, if these are separate screens, which they are, question 1, 2, and 3, just go ahead and put a label there that says you're on question 3 if you need that. Okay, also in here, when you hit next button, is update question number a thing? I actually don't know if this did anything. Let's see here. It's just for experimentation. I didn't realize what this function was doing. It is just changing the numbers on the bottom. Yeah. So it will let you pass through this, although this is completely irrelevant. Yeah. So it looks like there's a lot of code here dealing with changing like design and stuff, and it that's not really relevant. What's relevant is figuring out the algorithm, how you're going to return which type of dog. And from here, I don't know how this even works. Large, long, and calm, these are not variables. They don't have value. If large, yeah, this doesn't make any sense. I do think we need to get back to the way that we did it here, where each size, length, far, get text, large label, change question label. Is this mine? Did we... Why would we get text from a label? I think we may have crossed this out last time. Yeah, so we have, yeah, let's get this back. Let's work on it this way. All right. So the way we're doing this is, did I get rid of that? On event, start button. Why is it not working? Let's refresh. The way we're doing this is we are, it's small is, oh, yeah. Oh yeah, these all need to be, the names of the breeds, they also need to be in quotes. So let's just put it, even though it doesn't make sense at this point, you would need your 8 breeds. Let's just call them breed 1 through 8. This would be breed 2. And let's go ahead and do this. Breed 3, breed 4, and they need to be strings because that's what we are going to return. Breed 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1. Let's just make this breed 1 so it doesn't get confusing. Huh. Is there a way that we could do this with, have an extra set of quote, there we go. A way that we can do this where we do breed plus and then the return. Oh, it wouldn't matter because we have indexes for this array. We just retrieve them that way. And so we have breeds 1 through breed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 possibilities based on, why is it not working? 3 binary questions. And the 3 binary questions will return some combination of 1s and 0s. And calc, result binary. Yeah, we can just go ahead and I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but it's a thing. I don't really want to go through all this. What's the next one? 1, then 1, 0, then 1, 1. And we need, let's see, 1, so 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. Mr. Jersey, can you hear that in the background? Yes, no? Is my mic still working? Anybody? Okay.
It's on. Sorry, my wife's on the phone call right now.
Okay, that's fine. So this would be 1, 1, 0, and the last one would be 1, 1, 1. And we can get rid of these things. And there's definitely a better way to do this, but this is just sort of the brute force way of doing this. You can see that this is 2 in binary, and we are just making this a decimal number. If we could convert, if I could think of a way, which I may think of a way to convert this binary into decimal in an easy function, then we wouldn't have to have this super long if else. And let's see here. Okay, so let's see if it works. No, it doesn't work again. I broke it. Let's refresh. And nothing happens. What do we call this button? Update number. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so this is where we can console log calc binary will give us the result. Let's console log a few places just to debug. Let's console log result binary. And let's console log result decimal, which after we run this, it will have updated result decimal. Oh, shoot. Copy result binary. Let's see what happens. This should be 110 at the bottom, and it gives us 0. Checked. It gave us 0, 0, 0. Did I just do it wrong? Yeah, okay. Somehow I just chose all the zeros. And let me double check here. So we have run the first one. Let's go back to design mode question 1 screen. Large should give us a 0 and small should give us a 1. If large button, okay. So we're making the top, always the top one, the 0. Question 2, long. If long radio button is checked, we get length 0. Otherwise, if it's short, length is 1. Question 3, com. Is this energy button? Yeah, energy button. How are we doing that? Oh yeah, this is where we cut it off before, but I want this to work. So if get property of, this is called com radio. Com radio button 3 is checked. Then what's our last variable? Energy. Copy. Energy. Actually, I didn't need to do this because, well, whatever. I'll just make it right. Otherwise, energy equals 1. And then we concat them together. Let's see what happens. Oh, we did have that working. I'm looking for 111 this time, which should also be 7. There we go. So we are getting result binary, calculate, calc binary. Let's call this calc decimal, because that's what we're doing. We're taking a binary and calc decimal. That means we also need to change the name of this. Okay, so we're converting, and this is hard to say, it's converting just because it's such a ridiculous function that is not impressive at all. I don't think this is doing anything. Yeah, I mean, it is, this stuff down here is successful at making a number down here, but it's completely irrelevant because you have 3 different screens and you could just put a label there that says whatever you want it to say. Okay, so we're setting screen, and then we can calc binary. We just need to set a text. Yeah, so what is we're putting everything on decision 1. Do we have a text area? We do have a text area here. Set text. Set text. Am I blind? Set text. Get text. Set text of text area 1. That's our only text area. 2. The breed index whatever the result decimal is. So we'll go breeds is the name of our array, and we want it to be index of whatever this variable ends up being. And let's see if this works. And always with the refreshing. Set text. Line 58. Set text of text area 1. Breeds. Index result decimal. Result decimal. That should work. I don't know why. Oh, if it, because this is index, no, that's not it. Let's see it here. Jeez, every time. Okay, so we set it, we have this. It is working. Index 1 is also the second thing in there because of arrays. But why would do you see anything, Mr. DeRusi? String. Maybe just another variable, because it might not be able to read this. Array index is this, and then we'll set text to this. And we'll refresh every time. And we are looking to get breed 8 if we do this right. Hey, there we go. All right. So we did this the easy way / the hard way. This is where you would say, set property. Let's see here. Let's go back to design. I would clear out some of that stuff. we have a text area. We also have an image. And do we have images? Let's just do it this way. I probably have images of puppies from the last project. Explore task. God, a lot of dumb downloads. Let's look at icons. Did I? Oh, I must have used links for that. That's fine. Okay, but either way, let's go with some 3-iron and the pictures from before. We'll choose this. And so if we... How are there images? Where are these images? Image 1, image 3. Oh, they're probably links. Design, intro screen. Are these? Yeah, they're links. Okay, so let's just use that. And let's go to the code, and we will set property of image. What is the name of that image? This is called image 2. I don't know why. There is a, goes 1 and 3. Image, maybe it's URL. Image to, oh yeah, we can, should we be able? Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted it to be here. Okay, and then the other one, which is on intro screen, just to reuse these awesome puppy pics. And we need another set property here of, these are all image 2. We are setting it to an image that is whatever link we're choosing. Again, you could do the upload situation. Set property. Did I upload those? I did. I had to have. And set property of image 2 to image. Let's see if that works. Okay, so let's run this. Start. We have to get either 0, 1, or 2. This should be a 9-iron. Oh no, it's second breed. Yeah, that's right. So it's that one. Let's try and get the other picture. Other puppy, beautiful. And let's try and get the 9-iron, which I think is this combination. Perfect. Why did we get an error this time? Still doesn't like line 58. Did I do like Control Z a bunch? Because I thought I just fixed this. Variable. Array result, and that equals this, and then we're going to set text to array result just to clean this up, even though it's the exact same thing. All right, let's try and get 9-iron again. Let's run it, and we'll go here. 9-iron is 0, 1, 0. Still doesn't like that. Undefined. But we're putting out result decimal. But it still kind of worked, which is strange. Oh no, it didn't put up result decimal 2. Did I type something? That's console log. And do we have all breed 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, that would be have issues if that was the issue. Again, we'll go for 9 iron. Undefined. Did I change the name of the text area? Text area 1. Breeds index. But we had it working. We really don't need these parameters because it's a global variable. I don't think that's changing it. Breed 1, sure. Breed 2, good. I should say breed 3 and a 9 iron. Why? Why? One, 1, 0. Did I mess up the binary somehow?
I would say maybe possibly refreshing and check your spelling on everything too. Sorry, I've been quiet. My wife's still on a phone call.
Is it the same thing if I go for... This should be breed 8. Yes. What is up with... Let's try breed 7. Should be 1, 1, 0. Let's try... What is breed 4? 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Yeah, something's going on there. But it works with... Is it with our... No, but it works. 1, 0, 0. Are we calling something after... Checked energy. So we have 1, 1, 1, 1. These could actually be strings, because that's what we're actually creating, is a string. But it is a peculiarity of, I don't know what programming languages, but there we go, that worked. That a string of numbers like this could also be counted as a the actual value of the number, which this should fix everything, I bet. Fix everything in the world. I don't know why it was inconsistent. That was weird. Why it worked for some of them, but not. What was different? Maybe the fact that this didn't start out with 2 zeros. Yeah, I think it has something to do with the fact that this was 001. Maybe that keeps it as 1, but having a longer number, because it's comparing it to this actual number when we didn't have the quotes around it. 10. 010 is 10. It doesn't know that it's supposed to be binary, so we can just make these strings, keep them strings, which is kind of disappointing. I wanted to figure out a way to use the to actually calculate the binary. Okay, so this works. I would definitely clean it up a bunch if I was going to turn this in, and maybe next time we will try to figure out how to make a binary, actually turn this into a binary calculator, where instead of just this big clunky if-else statement, we called a function where it calculate decimal, and it took that string and turned it into a number to retrieve its actual number in just a nice, elegant function. And other than that, that's about it. Do you see any other questions?
No, I think we're all set right now.
On
I also went ahead and added a student submission guide into the Explore and Create Task folders. It goes over, it's pretty like bullet pointy about like what needs to get turned in, file formats, lengths, things along those lines. So I think it could be useful. Obviously there's a section on preparing for the test, which you don't have to worry about, but at least it shows you, and it also kind of shows us what you guys see when you turn stuff in. So that's helpful for us answering your questions as well.
Yeah,
so take a look at that. If you got questions, I really recommend it. It answers pretty much every single thing about turning in the guides and everything, and exactly what has to be turned in.
Yeah, I like this. The videos that or the playlist that is linked here on the page has a lot of this stuff, but I can see how it'd be difficult to try to find
another video for AP Computer Science
spot in the video that actually, sometimes I would find it a lot easier to just use this document.
Yeah, I prefer the document. It seems pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. I do wonder if you have already, if there's a scenario where you've paid and registered, but you haven't joined the section yet. I don't think you can, because I think the way they figure out who to charge was by joining the section. So whoever was asking about joining the section for College Board, I don't know.
Yeah, I can dig into that a little bit deeper once we're off stream and whatnot.
Yeah, I think that's probably good. And it doesn't look like there are any other questions. It looks like chat is pretty well answered. And so unless you have something else that you want to mention, Mr. DeRusi, I think that's about it. Make sure that
I'm all set.
You guys need to be reading or checking the Google Classroom page frequently, and know that your projects are, and I said this at the beginning, which you're probably not watching right now. If you didn't see it at the beginning, you probably didn't just jump into this point, but the assignments are going to be submitted through your original Google Classroom, and Mr. DeRusi is going to set up his as well. Okay, so I think that's where we're going to call it, and we'll try to stream. Well, not sure about streaming schedule. It's not as critical at this point since we have all the information out there. But we will try to stream as much as needed. The more questions, the more likely we will to stream. Okay? Alright, so let's take it out here. See you guys next time.